you on how I'm teaching the kickback stand. So I set up these gutters to teach the dog not to go forward and not to swing his rear out when he goes into it. Then, I'm just going to step away from him for a minute. I'm going to put a treat in the flat of my hand like this, put it above his head, and tell him to get it. And so he needs to jump up to get the treat. When he jumps up, his rear goes backwards, and then I make sure that he maintains the stand. All right, so here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Get it, stand. I bring my hand down, let him have the treat, and he's in a stand position. Okay, and then I release him before he does anything else. So I'll show you that again. I'll bring him up into a sit. Get it, stand. Excellent, very good. Okay, and then I release him. Now, I also have a signal stand. Here, sit, wait. A signal stand that comes across like this. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I use two different signals. Sometimes one for the moving stand and sometimes one for the signal stand. Good. So what I would do, smarty pants, what I would do is have a treat in this hand, come across. No, Mighty has to wait. Mighty wants to do it now. Good. Get it, stand. Excellent. Very nice. Okay. So again, if your dog knows that he can jump up to get a cookie, if he doesn't, you just want to teach it. Get it, and let him know that he can jump up to get a treat. So, show you that one more time. My hand's at my side. Now when I'm teaching it, of course, I just hold on to the collar like this, and I just come across with a signal, and I say, get it, stand, and the dog kicks back, and the gutters help to keep everything in place. Very good. Now, I have to be a little bit careful on ensuring my dog doesn't jump up too high. I've taught this stand this way for, 15, 18 years now. And sometimes I get a little jump up in the ring, which is very, very cute. But if the jump is too high, I can get, there is the odd judge that will point that, even though the dog plops his feet all in one place. So be careful not to make the jump up too big. Now, so Mighty, up this, is off the stage where he has gutters, and when he goes away, and then I've done, the typical where I've had him in gutters and I've walked around and made sure that he could maintain position. Actually, show you what that looks like. Here, my up, sit. I'll bring my gutters back. And what I do basically is I've taught him how to bring into the gutters. Sit. And I am going to have a cookie on a plate. Actually, I'll show you this way. It'll be a little bit easier to see it that way. And I have a cookie on a plate. Now, the gutters help for him, tighten them up a little bit. You'll see he knows to look at a treat on a plate. Excellent. Stand. Stay. And now while he's looking at the plate and he's in the gutters, it's very easy for me to walk around and he doesn't have any movement because he's so focused out here. And this is also an excellent thing to do with dogs that are too friendly or too shy. If you take the pressure off of the examiner coming in, the plate does that for you. It takes that pressure off. It gives them somewhere else to focus. So when I'm first having somebody go over my dog, I do use this quite a bit until he gets comfortable with it. And also comfortable with me walking around. So once I've achieved that, I'm also doing opposition reflex. So I've got a leash on, I'm pulling in different directions, and I'm making sure that he can just just plant his feet. Okay, now we will get rid of the gutters. Sit. Good. Mighty's only a year and a half old, so a lot of this stuff is, relatively new to him. And now what I'm doing is sometimes I will just simply do some impromptu stands. So I've got a toy and I'm playing with him. Play. Stand. Good boy. And I just ask him to stand and hold that position. He does this actually quite well. Ready? Get. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yeah. So again, maybe I'll throw in a twist. Stand. Nice. And if I give him something to look at and to focus on, he maintains that position really good. But what I found is when I started setting him up and leaving him, so what I would do would be, set him up in a stand, and he'd stand, and then I'd go to walk away, and 9 times out of 10, I was getting that little half-inch or 1-inch foot movement, mainly in the front. And I've had a few Labradors, and I kind of, this is for me more typical for my Labrador to do this than my Golden. But it was getting really where I had to keep going back and repositioning the foot, and I wasn't really happy with having to do that. So I don't like to pick on him and to nag him about this little foot movement, and I don't think he could totally understand what exactly it was he was doing wrong. So on my stay video, my YouTube stay video, or the one that is available, I'm doing, you'll see on the stay where I use these little dogs. They're Beanie Baby dogs, and I have 2 of them. And I have, one is a German Shepherd and one is a Labrador. And what I do is I rest the toy on his front leg. So if he moves, it falls off, and I know that the slightest movement, the toy is off. So I know that is happening. I'm not missing, because I think sometimes when I was leaving him, I was missing these little foot movements, and this way I don't. The other thing that it does is when you've got this resting on the front leg, is it brings awareness to his legs. He's totally aware of, these dogs on his front legs, and it makes him just, really steady, and he can hold the stay. I've been playing around with it. I just had a friend today examine him for the first time, numerous times with the dogs on his legs, and he was perfect. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to have him in a stand, and I'm just going to, I usually do it from the front. Stay. And I just position them like this. Stay. And then I stand beside him. Stay. Because this is when he would normally move. Stay. And then I can go over him myself. And I do it from the other side. And now I'm going to walk around behind him. Good boy. I'm going to remove the toy. Okay, good boy, Mighty. That was excellent. Good job. Very nice. So I'm getting a lot of success with it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to build on it, and I'm going to take him to matches. And when he goes to matches, I'll have the little toys on his leg until I get 100% success. And then I'll start to take them off and see what I've got. But basically what I'm doing is I'm building on success. And I think that is the key. Great. Good job, Mighty.